Hello, chess aficionados. Welcome back again. The charity ball. It's not the ball, but it's for the charity cup. And we are playing here Ding against Magnus Carlsen in March of 2022. Again, this is for UNICEF for the Ukrainian situation and helping all this disastrous. Maybe we may be on the brink of World War III, unprecedented times, and the chess plays on. This is the biggest chess game ever that's in the world. I hope the right party checkmates, because it will be disaster if not. These parties have nuclear weapons and chemical and biological, all kinds of stuff that really we need to kind of tone it down there, tone down the turbo with Russia. And it's really very difficult to see this again, this type of situation where peace, we only have one Earth, people. We only have one Earth. No matter how much they want to go to Mars, we still have one Earth. We have to respect what we have. And that means no war. Stop wars, period. La Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. La pura vida. That's what it should be. But anyway, okay, I'm diverging. Let's go to this game. I want you to see where did the Ding do the blunder, you know, like the song Thunder Thunder. Where did he do the blunder? Okay, because there was one. So somehow, you know, jitters and nerves and playing like I think at 4 a.m. versus a different time span. I mean, those are not equal variables. Let's just say that. How are you at 4 a.m. versus 5 p.m. versus 1 afternoon? You have that, you know, circadian rhythm going on. Okay, you want to start the game? Okay, I understand. Let's start the game. So here we go. It started with d4, d5. This is called the Queen's Pawn game, everybody. Yes, this says right here, Queen's Pawn game. Follow that. Okay. Okay, so we're head to head. Then we do the Queen's Gambit part here. And this means the Queen's Gambit declined. He did not take this pawn. Okay, watch the Queen's Gambit on the fantastic Netflix. I really like that show because of, you know, the cinematography and everything else, and the fact that there was uncannily a woman in that play. Again, but I digress. Let's go back to this. The Queen's Gambit declined. Curiously, in the Polish language, for example, the queen is not the queen. It's called the hetman, which is a masculine term. I don't know how that happened there, but I wish. I want to do a proposal to the Polish Federation. Please change it to the queen somehow. Please, please. Everybody else, you know, is on the queen section, like the queen and the king type of deal, you know. Anyway, but that's my little pet peeve there on the side. All right, though. And this is the Queen's Knight variation. As you know, there are all kinds of variations under the sun, and this one happens to be the Queen's Knight variation. Why? Because the Queen is here, and the Knight is here, and the Knight on the Queen's side moved. Voila. Okay, so we continue. Ooh, it's getting pretty tense. We have a semi-Slav defense in the accelerated move order. Wow, look at that. I love Lichess. Lichess tells you all these little things, all these little nibbits, especially when you're starting out. You want to know what's going on. And we have it all right here. And Lichess is, by the way, free. It's called all free. Thank you all who support Lichess. All right, so now we go out with the knights. So we go out with the knights. This is called the middle game. We are in the middle of the game. Ooh, we are attacking right away here. Ha ha ha. See if this knight dares to move. Then we have a queen opening, so maybe the queen will move. I don't know. Let's see what Magnus will do. Obviously, Magnus is black, and Ding is white. Okay, so he puts a little blockage here to give himself some time for the queen. So he's blocking this, basically unpinning the knight and attacking. If he takes, then we have a couple choices how to take. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, we are moving in the center. We're moving with the knight. So kind of protecting this knight. So this square is being protected. Okay, moving out with the queen. Now going after the bishop. Bishop steps back, attacking the bishop. Bishop steps back again. So who is on the defense? I mean, on the offense and the defense. Who's running away? Unprecedented. That even in black, Magnus Carlsen makes the other guy run away. Or the gal. I want to see a gal. I want some gals playing Magnus. Anybody out there? Any aficionados out there willing to do that? I can do it, but I have a few years to go, you know, to study and deftly this game. He's got a few years on me, you know, so I'm just the reporter here, commentator, the entertainer. But by golly, I wish some woman out there would play Magnus in chess. Okay, here we go. What's next? Aha, we're moving back into this position. Moving out with the bishop. Again, attacking this bishop. I guess Magnus doesn't like this bishop. He's been attacking it for several moves now. Like the whole game has stopped, and the bishop is now in question. Like we're not. I'm gonna get this bishop if it's the last thing I do. I mean, this white bishop. See what's been going on here. Okay, so what's next? Okay, we castle. He does not castle. He goes after that bishop. Boy, I want that bishop, and he took that bishop. I guess Magnus gets what he wants at that level. All right, we take. Interesting. We took with this pawn. We take another pawn. We're starting to be hungry. We're eating pawns. Okay, now we're eating more. Okay, we're attacking another pawn. Another bishop and a pawn situation here. Are we gonna like run away again? What are we going to do? We ran away. Okay. All right. Let's see what's next. Okay, now wait till he's moving with his bishop. Is this bishop running away? Let's see. No. Somehow we moved the king. We moved the king. But we moved the queen. Who has more aggressive moves here? Okay, more aggressive. Counter, like really putting the pressure here. Do you see the pressure to me is being put on by black? Okay, now we move out with this. Okay, we're actually cementing our situation here. Okay, he's on the run with this pawn. And now he castles. He's positioned himself, so I guess he decided time to castle. But look at though, he's not afraid that this queen is like staring straight at the king. I mean, there are a couple, you know, well, there's a lot of things protecting here, so I guess one shouldn't be too scared, I guess. Okay, we ate, and we ate. So interesting, like he's willing to give up the rook. So it takes the rook, Wow. So we are opening up here. Even though the queens are still on the board, it almost starts feeling like close to an endgame situation. Things look a little even at here. But let's see what happens that makes black victorious, as you can see right here. So you already know the outcome. All right, I'm not hiding anything. Okay, the bishop moves back again. I mean, that's like losing tempo, Mr. Ding. Not against Magnus. You cannot be losing tempo against Magnus. Okay, this is an interesting position here. What shall we do? Bravery is not for the faint of heart. And now we have positioning ourselves here with attacking that pawn. So he takes. And at the same time that he attacks, he's attacking the poor knight. But he takes with the knight. Okay. So now the king moves away from this queen. See, the queen's kind of staring here. But he's moving on up. Look, he's aligning the stars. So the queen goes back to kind of fortify this this angle here. Okay, so now we're moving up with this pawn. Ooh, look at this move, everybody. Everybody say ooh. Sitting there, and suddenly strike. Look what he's doing. This knight, and this rook. But Is the queen protected? It's just kind of menacing, you know? It's kind of menacing. Let's see how it goes in his favor. Or will it go in his favor? It's got a gutsy move here by Magnus. I don't see the queen being protected. Well, it's not really in danger either, you know? None of these are in danger here. But he's awfully close. Lines up one more of his bishop. He cannot move the bishop here, but he can move. See, the bishop here is stuck because of this knight. But I'm sure he'll find a way to get rid of it soon enough, somehow. Anyway, so let's see. This is a critical moment, I believe, in the game. So he moves back. Wow. To block this situation. Okay. So he keeps on pressing. Black keeps on pressing. Unprecedented tension. Okay, now we go after this queen. We move back, so we still are attacking the knight. If the knight moves, goodbye queen, which would be exchange of queens. What we shall see. What did here? We took the queen, went there, and then we took the pawn. Okay. So we take, we align over here, we align over there. Again, the C file is getting hot. Okay, we take, we take, we take, we take, we take. Wow. But wait a minute. And take. Okay. Look how quickly things have digressed into a interesting endgame. So let's count. Got two bishop pair and the 4 versus the 4. We have a bishop and a knight. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now they say you have to accelerate the game on your end if your opponent has a bishop pair. So you gotta like speed it up, otherwise the bishop pair will get ya. So is Ding able to do this? Obviously, well, we take, and now we are on the move with our knight. And then we have this bishop staring at this abandoned pawn. Okay, so now if he takes my pawn, I can take either this one or that one. Probably this one's closer. Well, not this one, just this one, sorry. Okay, knights are tricky, everybody. You gotta practice those knights. You gotta see and practice. Just put knights on the board and just practice with knights. I highly suggest if there's anyone that you should practice first to really have that muscle memory is your knights. Forward movement, backward movement, all kinds of movements. You know, it's very important to know your knights. Okay. All right. Okay. And here we go on the move. We took another pawn. Okay, we took. No, we didn't take. We are now trying to stop. And align and take this pawn probably. But look at Magnus. He puts his king into play. He is like a little computer making his calculations that the king is now the time to move the king into play. So even though this pawn is taken, look at the move. Look what Magnus is doing. Setting up the king for the end game. Okay, he's still trying to get the pawn promoted. And this is the Thunder Blunder. Blunder. This is the blunder, and this is where Ding resigned. Why is it a blunder? Well, look what the next move is. Okay, check. He has to move away with his king, which will make Magnus be able to take this knight, and then even if this pawn moves up, he can take it. Or he can always cut him off on this end, you see? Because now this king is protecting this bishop. All right. And look how close we are to promotion. Unbelievable. What a game. So guess who is now going to be, this is the knockout round, who is going to go head to head. The finalists are Jan Krzysztof, not Christoph, Krzysztof. Can you say Krzysztof? Duda from Poland versus Magnus Carlsen from Norway. They are, when Duda is hot, he's hot. When he's not, he's not. So I hope he drinks some vodka wherever he does to be informed to see the best play, the best play. They can be moody, Polish people are very emotional. We've gone through much hell through life, and there's wars behind in our history, and it is not the same as being like in Switzerland and just having a cake life, even though the wars are around you all the time. It's when the continuity of family is disrupted. A war, look at what's going on with Ukraine at this juncture. That's a lot of trauma for a lot of years, for many generations. Okay, and last 100 years we've had the World War I, the Russian-Polish War, 1920. Then we had World War II. Then the Stalin era, and then the Communist era. So give Polish people a break. It's a constant life of stress, and it seems never ending. So when you come from a country that has had a continuity, your farm's not bombed, your women are not, taken advantage of, and all this other stuff, that is such a disaster to humanity. Fabric of family life is not ripped apart. That takes time. That takes time to resolve. Anyway, so thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And see you soon. Au revoir.